We're going to be looking at best practices for integrating mobile access control into your organization. And we are very pleased to be joined by Jaroslav Barton, Product Marketing Director, Europe, Physical Access Control Systems at HID Global. It's a pleasure to have you on. How are you doing, Jaroslav?
I'm very good. Yeah, hello, Falim. Hello, everybody.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Well, you have the floor. I think this tags nicely onto the previous conversation that we just had about access control. Very interested to hear your presentation.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here. Even though the panelists before me just mentioned that access control is not the cornerstone for the corporate security, I think we all agree it's one of the cornerstones, definitely. Something that's very important for the corporate security. And therefore, I'm going to talk about the mobile access control solution into your organization. I am Jaroslav Barton. I am Product Marketing Director for Europe for Physical Access Control Solutions for HID Global. HID is powering trusted identities for the world's people, places, and things, and millions of people every day around the world using the HID trusted identities and technologies that help them to securely access physical and digital places. We talk about the access control today. Access control is one of the elements of corporate security. And I want to particularly touch the mobile access solutions as the obvious way of the modernization of the corporate security environment. So I will start talking about what is mobile access. Then I will move on the planning, the path to the mobile. I show you one of the case studies and I will finish with a summary. So what is mobile access? Mobile access is all around mobile phone. The mobile devices, we use it every day, every hour. They not only replace the desktop telephones to making the phone calls, but they already replaced cameras, video recorders, notepads, photo books, newspapers, books, paper maps, and much more. And obviously, the path forward in access control is that mobile access, the mobile devices like a smartphone, they will also replace the plastic RFID cards, which are used now to access the premises. So the current situation today at most of the corporation is that you are presenting the RFID card to the reader, or you are also entering the PIN if you have a two-factor authentication to grant you access. How is changing the mobile access? Instead of presenting your plastic RFID cards, you will be touching the reader with your smartphone, or you can even activate the reader from a longer distance using the long-range Bluetooth communication. Instead, for two-factor authentication, instead of using your card and touching the pins on the keypad, you can use two-factor authentication directly on your smartphone, on your personal smartphones, utilizing the built-in phone authentication feature like a face recognition, fingerprint recognition, or simply typing the PIN. The provisioning of the cards also will change a lot with the mobile access solutions. The queuing at the receptions to get a new card or to get a visitor card for access, or accepting the physical credential handed over, which might be even sort of risky in the today change environment because of the pandemic. With mobile access solutions, everything is done remotely. So remotely, provision credential is delivered to your private phone while keeping distance, and you receive it on your phone, on your device, and you use your own phone, your device, to grant access. So how does mobile access control work? So let's start first how standard access control system and solutions is typically set up. You've got a door, definitely, that you need to open and access. You've got the reader at the door, the reader that needs to indicate your intention to open the door. And there's a controller. Reader is connected to the controller. The controller also operates the door locks that opens the door, and it's managed by the access control software connected with the network. And based on your authorization rights and privileges, you are granted access or access is denied. And you are using the RFID cards in order to identify yourself to the system. If you want to replace the RFID card with smartphones, and in the smartphone, you also need to expand the access control infrastructure. And in the smartphone, you need to have a cloud system that will provision the digital credentials into this phone. This system should be linked to the access control software because, of course, the access control rights must come from the access control software. And this cloud platform is delivering the digital identities to the smartphone. So you need a cloud platform to manage the cloud information in the cloud. Typically, you need a portal. In the phone, you need a mobile application. And inside the mobile application, you are storing the mobile credential, mobile ID. And last but not least, the readers that are still at the door, these readers must be enabled to work with the smartphones. So how does it work in case of HID mobile access control solution? So we've got a cloud portal with the so-called Origo server that manages the digital identities, mobile access identities. And end user administrators, they manage users and mobile identities on this management portal. So they can issue or revoke credentials to individual users. If they issue access control credential to a specific user, this mobile credential, mobile ID, is transferred to the device over the air. So it's downloaded automatically to your phone, to your mobile access application. So it's stored in the application, and then you can use your smartphone once authorized to open the door with a standard tap gesture like a smart card, or a specific twist and go gesture where you can operate the reader touchlessly from a long distance. And the HID reader receives this credential, this information. It decodes this credential and sends it directly to the access controller for validation, as if it is access control data coming from RFID card. One small note, technology note about the comparison of the mobile credentials, because who of you is familiar with mobile credentials or mobile access control? You heard that there are NFC card emulations or Bluetooth. There are two types of the different mobile access control solutions. So what is the basic difference? The NFC card emulation is pretty much the same as RFID cards. It operates very much the same as RFID card. The Bluetooth is slightly slower than a card because of the technology that is used. On the other side, the read range of NFC is limited. Typically, it's less than 10 centimeters. However, for the Bluetooth Lite, the read range goes to up to 10 meters. So you can really operate the reader and open the door from several meters. There is a significant limitation of using these two technologies on the different types of the smartphones. Whereas Bluetooth is enabled typically on all Android and iOS phones, NFC card emulation you can use open only on the Android phones. There's exceptions, and these are the cards which are stored in Apple Wallet. However, storing the card Apple Wallet is not a thing that can be done for everyone directly. It's strictly controlled by Apple. Apple currently supports storing credentials in a wallet only for North American universities. But as probably some of you have mentioned on the Apple conference, Apple is going to release and expand this functionality to the corporate environment in the future. Both NFC card emulation and the Bluetooth mobile access is supported by HID user credentials. So we support both, and it's upon our customers which one they prefer for their project. So let me touch briefly on the benefits of HID mobile access solutions. So first, the big part is a user convenience. We know the access control system is probably like any security is just bothersome. It's just creating obstacles, and users, they don't like things that create obstacles. But mobile access brings more convenience to the users comparing to the standard access control system. So they can open the door using their smartphones instead of wearing the cards, so they have fewer items to carry. Lost or forgotten cards are no longer a problem, because you definitely leave your home rather with your smartphone than with your access control card. There's over-the-air provisioning that provides a lot of benefit to the speed, simplicity, and also distancing, how you are getting the credentials. You can also easily report or deactivate lost or stolen device. Also, the solution, even though I mentioned that provisioning goes over the air, for the user experience, door opening, there's no online connectivity is required. And the mobile access works in the background, so there's no need to unlock the phone unless your corporate security says otherwise. Extended reach range is great for seamless access. For example, for the parking lots. So you can open the parking gate, you can open, for example, warehouse gates from a distance from your car, which simplifies the access significantly. It also adds the perceptions of innovative environment for the organizations. And we know that our customers that implemented mobile access system, the employees or visitors, they really appreciated this as a very innovative and great solutions. And also, because of the privacy concerns, if two-factor authentication, including biometric, is required for the company, once you are doing the two-factor authentication on your smartphone, using the built-in biometric on the smartphone, you do not need to, or the corporation, the company, doesn't need to store any of your biometric information, which in many cases is quite difficult and not that easy to be fully in line with the legislation. The second big benefit of HID mobile access is a greater operational efficiency. So mobile access makes physical access administration easier with digital online processes. I already mentioned the online over-the-air provisioning of the credentials, but it also enables the self-service for the employees, students, or visitors for instant credential provisioning. So there's no need to go to a security bureau or to HR office to collect your access control card. Simply, it arrives to your phone automatically. So it also consolidates distributed credential offices. There are no card shipping costs. You do not need to ship cards. Some companies, instead of issuing hand-to-hand access control cards, they're shipping them to the employees' addresses. It's all removed. And additionally, there's a reduced cost on card issuance hardware, consumables, and labor. If you do not need to print the card, you don't need the printer, you don't need the ribbon. And in many cases, it's very, not only time consuming, but also expensive effort. And part of it, and a very important part of it, is sustainability. So you are reducing waste and you have a lower carbon footprint moving to digital from plastic RFID printed cards. The third, last but not least aspect and benefit of the HID mobile access is higher security. We are talking about the access control system as a part of the security solution, and the security, of course, is an essential part of it. But with HID mobile access, we are providing the same level of the security as the customers can achieve with the classic RFID cards. The mobile access technology is powered by CEOs, which is used not only to secure the credentials, but also to secure the communication to the reader. Also, as a practical part of it, the mobile devices, they are rarely forgotten, lost, or stolen. It's not like cards. And if they are lost or stolen, so the missing phone are reported immediately. You will find out if you forgot your phone in the pub on Friday night, you just discover it very soon, latest Saturday morning. If you forgot there your access control cards to your office, you will find it out on Monday morning. And if something like happens, so it's very easy to deprovision unauthorized devices. You can revoke the credentials over the air. So it can be done by the administrator automatically. I mentioned all the applications, they work in the background, but you can also protect them with the biometric or with the passcode, to improve the security of the access control solutions. And because the security is never perfect, it's always evolved. So any vulnerabilities and updates, they can be addressed quickly through remote over-the-air update. So it's software. So the software can always be updated, which is also very important. HID mobile access solution is open and flexible choice. Why is that? I mentioned that we support both Android and iOS devices, but we also support with HID access control readers, both cards and mobiles. You can have a combined environment. We support phones, wearables, we support notepads or iPads. So, and we are independent of silicon manufacturer. It's very important so the customers get this platform neutrality and flexibility. Also, our solution is fully non-proprietary solution with broadest channel, distribution network, and technology partnership in the physical security industry. So you can choose the integrators and partners which you like. There's a minimal invasive switching cost that preserve prior investment. So most of our installed base of the technology that we have today can be upgradable to mobile access solutions. So we always think about how our products will be future-proof. And this is what we do. And what is also important, HID mobile access is technology independent. I mentioned about supporting Bluetooth Light, BLE, and NFC, but the whole technology as it built is not tied to these two technologies alone. So it can expand to the next generation of the technology as soon as and when they evolve. And HID is one of the founding company of the FIRA consortium organization that's working on developing ultra-wideband technology as the standard, including the access control. And HID mobile access solutions can be expanded into this new environment. HID mobile access is tried, tested, and trusted. So it's not something new. It's not something that we are looking for the first trial testers to start it. We introduced mobile access more than 5 years ago as the first access control company in the world. Today, we have more than 4,500 end customer organizations using HID mobile access every day. They are based in more than 100 countries worldwide. So it's a global solution, it's a scalable global solutions that can be used by small and large companies at the same time. So what is the planned path to the mobile? So there are simple steps. First of all, you need to make sure that your readers are mobile enabled. Then you are get onboarded on the HID Origo, which is the cloud platform to manage it. And as soon as it happens, you can get immediately the free trial, which you can use with up to 20 employees for up to 3 months. You can try it, play with it, test it, and then you decide if you want to expand it and roll out in parallel to the physical cards. When you gain the acceptance in the organization, you can try to go mobile only. And at a later stage, you can phase out physical cards if you decide so. There are 3 pillars of remarkable mobile experience in order that your employees in your organizations or visitors will be will take full advantage of HID mobile access. It's important to upgrade the reader infrastructure to ensure that all readers support plastic parts, but also mobile credentials. And I'm talking of all readers, not only access control readers, but also the readers that are used for the extended application, like secure printers, like a canteen, mobile devices, because only then with your mobile device, you will be able to manage everything. We also strongly encourage our partners and customers to do the system integration of HID mobile access. So not to use the many different separate platforms, but integrate it into the access control solutions and integrate it also in the mobile access app of the end users. Typically, the integration into the access control systems or security systems is done by our partners, by the OEM security manufacturers. Many end users and most of the successful end users, they integrate HID mobile access into the mobile access application, which they typically use. And once it's part of the application, it's much more easier for the employees and visitors to use it. HID develops our products with the API first mindset. So all our solutions, including the mobile access, is developed with the API and SDK, so it can be easily then integrated into the third-party solutions. And the third pillar is the annual licenses. So the mobile licenses helps you to predict and to manage how you will be used the mobile access solution in future and what will be your expensive and cost on a lifetime of using the system. Very quickly about the HID readers and the solution. So the latest family of HID access control readers, HID signal models, they all support HID mobile access solution by default. I-Class SE family of the readers, which have been on the market for more than 10 years, they can be upgraded with the Bluetooth module to support HID mobile access solutions. And all our readers, they support Apple's enhanced contactless point. Is a special Apple's command that supports credential in Apple Wallet. So all our readers, they are ready to be used with the mobile credentials stored in Apple Wallet. I also talk about the extended access control solutions. So we deliver different readers that can be integrated into different non-access control solutions. And very quickly about the case studies. So we are delivering access control, mobile access, HID mobile access control solutions into the different organizations, large corporates, universities, small SMBs, transportation companies. And I want to show you one quick video which will talk about how HID mobile access solutions has been integrated with Avalon.
Avalon is the third largest aircraft leasing company in the world. We service over 160 customers in more than 60 countries around the world. This is our new global headquarters. It's a 77,000 square foot building split over 6 floors. We have unique workspaces within this office, and we have unique meeting spaces within this office that are very important to us in the way that we operate our business on a day-to-day basis.
Avalon has been a long-standing relationship, When they moved into their new building in Dublin, Alan reached out and asked us to come in and sit down with them and talk about their security. The first thing we spoke to them about was using HID.
This building is set up with a perimeter. Once you pass that security perimeter, there is no additional requirement. We do have some more highly secure areas, particularly our comms rooms. With the freedom of movement that the strategy offers, it was important that our security system matched that. To access the garage out of hours, we installed a HID Bluetooth reader that allows us to gain access from 7 meters away using the mobile access device. We operate a 24/7 business. We are one tribe that work together all of the time, and there is no differentiation in terms of access.
Avalon have a lot of transient staff moving from one country to the next, one office to the next. So the mobile solution was always going to be the best solution for them to gain access to their buildings around the world.
We moved into this building, everything was about getting the best we could to service us for the next 20 years that we are in this building. We will continue to review those technologies available to us to ensure that we are always at the leading edge.
The mobile solution that sits on the CIOS platform, that's exactly where we wanted to be with a high level of security for the clients.
Highly flexible, highly mobile.
Ease of use, ease of deployments at a global level.
For us, there was only one solution, that was HID.
So to conclude with, I talk about the mobile access. What is mobile access? Is a secure and convenient way for users to store and use their credentials on their mobile devices. Credentials are provisions over the air, and the solution is contactless by design. Why to use mobile access? It provides high security, user convenience, and operational efficiency. And how to get there? 3 easy steps. Get readers mobile enabled, onboard and test, and then you can gradually roll out. One quick note about the special promotion that we are running now. So currently we are offering the 50% discount on the first year subscription on a mobile ID. That might be of your interest. We can provide more details if you want. And we will provide more details about the HID mobile access in the Discord channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Perfect, Jaroslav. It's a great presentation. Thank you for that. And I love the video. It brings it to life as well. And of course, that special offer is very useful. We did have some questions and comments, and I'll try and follow the thread. It's around security. Some people have questions and concerns. I think maybe you did answer some of them, live as it was happening. Simon worries about legacy devices and Bluetooth Low Energy when compared to other Bluetooth devices. I guess maybe you could comment on integration with legacy equipment.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's also the question what is meant by the legacy devices, like legacy readers or legacy smartphone. So Bluetooth Low Energy is currently supported on nearly any new smartphone which is delivered today for maybe past 3-4 years, with some exception of some very rare small manufacturer somewhere in Far East. Regarding the readers, the HID readers at the door, definitely HID is in the market for 30 years, delivering the RFID readers, and I can confirm that the readers that we produced 30 years ago, no, they do not support the Bluetooth. So I mentioned the Signal family, iClass SE family. These readers can be used directly for BLE or can be upgraded for the BLE. If you are using some legacy devices, older devices, so typically they need to be replaced. But it's recommended to replace these old devices, typically prox devices. Anyway, because the prox technology is not secure enough, like as you most of you know. The CEOS technology that we use for the CEOS cards, and we are using also on mobile devices, is fully encrypted using the industry standard encryptions, authentications, and the open hash algorithms. So it provides a security both when it's in the card or when it's transferred from the smartphone. The BLE, maybe the question, we know that BLE, as it is, the technology is not protected, or it's not very well protected, but we are adding this extra layer of the security of the CEOS encryptions even to this BLE communication.
Okay, perfect. I like that. There's also a debate about security, and because there's so many different people that have sort of put ideas out. Terrell wonders about cloning multiple cards all in one go if they're all mobile devices, because he thinks that some of the financial systems have also been compromised. And so what about access control? And he talks about rotating an attack as you move through a building. And then this is sort of brought up as well by Janos. He says access control cards are prone to cloning. How can the mobile solution prevent that? But then Magnus says newer cards are not so prone to cloning. So I wonder if we can bundle those together into the question of security.
Yeah, I think the security is extremely important. So I briefly scanned through the question now regarding the Apple Pay vulnerability. The communication that goes from Apple Pay, the communication that goes from the HID mobile access application is fully encrypted. And there is very low risk of this being decrypted because of the security algorithm we are using, and Apple is using. What happened to Apple, as far as I know, regarding the latest news, is not that the RFID communication from the Apple Pay was compromised, but simply the system that was supported by the smart card issuer, like Visa or whatever, allows to do some transactions under the certain amount of pounds. So it's not about the technology itself being insecure, it's about the implementation. And it's also with the mobile access. I understand the concern that if you have a smart card your access control smart card that has a reach range of 10 centimeters, you need to be very close to the smart card to try to hack the security inside the card. With the Bluetooth transmitting to the distance of several meters, it might be easier if you stand next to the door, next to the reader, and try to collect the information. However, the security algorithms that we are using are strong enough, because actually what we are using is the security that is currently implemented into the online banking transactions on the internet, where all this information is even much easier to be captured, because it goes on the wires on the IP channel, and still is considered to be secure. We don't know what will be there in 10 years, what will be in 20 years, but therefore our technology is based on being future-proof and upgradable if there are any potential issues in future.
I like it, absolutely. And then there was a couple of comments, including Janos. What about keeping ID badges in addition to help people, spot threats? Is that recommended?
I'm trying to find out. So, can you rephrase the question? So.
Yes, his actual specific question says, my concern is visual identification of staff not wearing badges.
Okay. Okay. I understand the question now. So yeah, we know we have customers. We have 3 types of customers, I would say. We have customers that are using both RFID cards and mobile identity in the same time. They are using mobile for the convenience, but they are still wearing the badges and RFID cards because it's required by organization. Yeah, and we have also customers that are moving directly to the mobile. They are using only mobile for access, but still they have the visual badges but only plastic cards, not RFID cards for identification.
I like it. Well, that's a good compromise then. Thanks, says Janos. But now we are over time. But I like this. This is more of the how. You know, all throughout today we're talking about modernization. Is access control the cornerstone? Is you know, where does it all fit in? But I like this because it's the answer. It's the how. How we're going to get there. That I think is very important. Yeah, Magnus is commenting on some new types of cards coming out, which are you know, help security. Jaroslav, I know Steve has added some very interesting documents to your Discord channel. How else should people get in touch with you?
Yeah, I think Steve also shared my contact on LinkedIn, and I will be on Discord for the next half an hour at least. So if there are any questions, just put the question there and try to answer them. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Well, please give Jaroslav a big virtual round of applause. It's been a pleasure having you on, and I look forward to seeing you in the audience.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.